Hey guys, it's Lonnie again. Uh, so for today's video, I thought maybe I'd try something new. I mean, it doesn't seem like the videos that I usually do are working too well, so I figured I would try a different kind of video. And so in this video, we're just going to have Rainbow play in the background, and I'm going to talk over top of it. And so pretty much I'm just gonna tell you guys a story, pretty much, if that's alright with you guys. And depending on how this video goes over, I may take a look at other things as well. I've been thinking a lot about this, and I just wanted to try this out. So, thank you for your patronage. Alright, so this is a story about how I got into my first and only fight, and it was actually a group fight. So, in this fight, it was an entire basketball team versus a small group of my friends and me. And so, let me just tell you, like, the bare basics first. So, uh, I'm at this park, and it's right across the street from my house. And right across the street from my house actually used to be a school. And so, they had a freaking thing. Jeez, I can't talk. Uh, they had a playground. Sorry. Alright, and so me and my friends and my cousins, for the story's purposes, we're just gonna call my friend Cole, and I had three cousins, so it's going to be Drake, Jordan, and Eddie. Alright, so we're playing on this playground, sitting around, probably just sitting around on the swing, and we were just talking, and a basketball team pulled up, and they were just practicing playing basketball, as you would expect a basketball team to do, right? And so, we're just playing, and so my friend, I think he said his name was Cole, he actually has beef with one of these basketball players, but the basketball player doesn't do anything or anything like that. He's fine with it. But my friend Cole, he is getting angry, and he actually starts throwing rocks at this person. And I went over to try to talk to him, to tell him to stop. And right as I'm going over to tell him to stop, right, my cousin, I called him Jordan, I believe, he actually, he runs up, and there was this kid sitting next to the basketball team, just watching them. I guess I never noticed him until, like, right as my cousin runs up and says this, but my cousin runs up and yells, "Hey, he's throwing rocks at that little kid," which of course my friend was not. But the basketball team obviously is gonna do something about this, because this kid is like one of their brothers and stuff. So I am just sitting there, and he runs up and he yells, "The dude just threw a rock at that little kid." And so I'm already crazed out. I'm like, oh crap, this is about to start a fight. And I don't like being in fights. I was a little kid. I was like 11 at the time, and it was an entire basketball team. So, well, this basketball team, they sat there and they were like staring there for a second. They were just like, what? They couldn't believe what they heard. And then they started running up on me and my cousin and my friend. And so, it's fighting time. It's too late. I can't do anything about it. So we all get pretty much encircled in this team of basketball players, except for the cousin that yelled that he was throwing rocks at the little kid, of course, because, of course he wasn't going to be in it. And so we're all sitting there just with our fists up, getting ready to fight. We know that this is happening. We're ready, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And right as right as the first punch is thrown, one of the basketball team players actually his name, we're gonna call him Devon for the story. He actually runs in and he tries to restrain the strongest person on the basketball team for us. Nicest kid. But which is actually kind of funny because after the fight we learned that my friend was actually throwing rocks at him. But so he's restraining the strongest guy on the basketball team, and so we all just start getting in a pretty big brawl and stuff, right? And I threw a couple punches. I took a couple. Not very many hurt or anything like that. But there's this one kid, and he went up and he punched my cousin. And I don't like when people hurt my cousin because my cousin, he's got this thing with his head where, like, if he gets hit, he can die pretty easily. And so I got really mad at this kid, and I kicked him in the chest, and he got flung away pretty much. And so he gets flung away, and then this next guy comes up and tries to punch me, and I punched him in the chest as well. And so it's just a brawl, right? And I'm not sure if I told you this. I'm pretty sure I did, but we're actually right across the street from my mom's house. And, of course, she just walks right out right at the time. And she yells at the top of her lungs, "Will you quit fighting?" And she runs over. She pushes all the kids away and, like, grabs me out of the circle. And she tells us all to stop fighting and everything like that. And then all of my friends, my cousin, and me, we go into the house. Basketball players go home. And my mom was pretty strict about this, and she would always make us write sentences whenever we were bad. So I had, like, I think it was 350 sentences to write saying that I won't get into fights. So that was nice, and I guess that would probably be the end of our story today. All of that was real, happened a couple years ago, and I hope you enjoyed.